Hey air peeps, Happy New Year. I'm Melanie Florence and this is Hot Tea for the Soul. So I changed the name again, was Hot Tea Tarot, here we are. So hot tea being from your higher consciousness. So the gossip, the hot gossip, what have we got? So I break everything up into elements because I'm an elemental sort of chick. So air being for the air peeps, that you might have air in your chart, or if you're looking for your intellect or communication, what to go on with business maybe, this might be a good reading for you. Break them up. At the end, I will do individual star signs. So, things are changing. I keep mixing them up. I have a whole tea menu that I'm going to keep delivering and see where that goes. Keep mixing, keep brewing. And I'm going to be changing my room again. So this has just kept moving for me this year and I'm really glad you're here. Thank you so much. So I'm going to start this year and I'm going to, for the weekly readings, I'm going to do Greenwood readings because that's my Greenwood. I've been reading it for 25 years and it's a really simple journey so we can go through, you know, how we got here, the present state, our subconscious and our conscious mind. And I'm going to give it a few other cards and see what we got for you guys. I hope that you had a good festive season. So what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with the heart and soul because sort of where I love my heart and soul. Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul, just like a fool would do madly. I don't know the rest of the words. Alright, so help is on its way. The raging sea will soon abate. A great light will heal your heart. This is a time of deep, profound, and positive transformation, but courage and strength and patience are required. You are supported and loved by a sea of love. You are supported by a sea of love. You're supported by a sea of love. This too will pass. Time and tide. All right, good things are going to come. There's been a storm, but it's going to pass. All right, so I'm going to give us, this is the Earth Magic deck. What have we got? Just a little bit of Earth Magic. What have we got for the air people in the house? All right, so I've been doing this slowly for the last few months. You got rainbow energy. So at the end of this storm, help is on the way. The raging soon will see apart. At the end of this storm, you got blessings, and there's rainbow blessings coming to you. All right, air peeps. Interesting start. I'm going to also give us one from the archetype step, the unknown, the wild unknown. Ooh, you're jumping. There's a fault line. So there's a past, and there's a present, and there's a future. So this is really breaking away. This is a breaking away. There's, you know, so it's going to show, the cracks are going to show, and there's a real breakaway moment inside of here for you. That's what I'm feeling, air peep, after the storm has passed. Okay, so I'm going to turn it down so you can see what goes down on the table. After that, I'm going to come back with the individual star signs. So I really hope this resonates with you. Let's see what we got. All right, air peeps, let's see what we got. Alright, so present state. We start with the present state, where we are. I got this thing on a spring and it's just how we're working. Alright, present state. Just drops out. So balance. So this is just temperance. But this is balancing our inner light and our dark. This is working on that, creating that balance inside of us, that peaceful stop. This is a real Sagittarian influence card. So it sort of has a real enticing spiritual, this is a spiritual moment to stop and be that hermit and really balance out your kundalini, balance out your two vibes inside of you. Like we feed both and it's really working with both, working with what your dark is and working with what your light is. All right, air people. That there's a balance and this is a healing spot. And all right, so this is your spiritual mediator. So this is what you put in is what you get out. What you reap is what you sow. So, you know, when you're putting seeds out there and you really, and we watch it and you watch it grow. But this is a triumph card. You've got past the battle of the five and taking your power in the wands and then your faith. This is a real moment of triumph that you look back and you know how you got here and you know what seeds you have sown. All right, healing. So what's your conscious will inside of this? What's the conscious will inside of this? What's the conscious will inside of this? Oh, okay. So this is really earthy and sensual. She is the queen of stones, so we're talking earthy. So this could be an earthy mother that you know, somebody around you is your this is your conscious will. This is about you being this really strong strong woman who has in control of her career, in control of her house, in control of her children, like not control, but you know, is really taking on that earthly realm. Okay, that's what you're doing. Making yourself stable. Okay. On a real feminine level, making yourself stable, looking after business. All right, so the next card is the source of our power. It's a driving force in the situation. So this is the kingfisher, a water sign, a water element child. Like this could be, or this is really just messages of emotion, feeling the love, like that you're really connected to the love of it all, like, and you might be getting a few messages back on that. But this is a real connection to, you know, just a real romantic. It's a real little romantic card, that card. All right, so the unconscious empathy. So what you unconsciously think of the situation. What's your unconscious empathy? What do we unconsciously think for the air peeps this week? All right. Oh. Physical challenge. We've got 2 of stones. This is really taking it on. The Mad March Stairs. This is making your money. This is really like taking on the challenge, taking on the world, taking on everything that you need to physically. Like really, you know, really involving yourself in it. Involving yourself in taking on that Mad March here. Like this is your Jupiter and your Saturn smashing together just here. Okay, making our money, making our real world, making ourselves in the real world. So these things go together. All right, so what is the challenge in this situation? Ooh. Resting your mind. All right, so this is putting away old thoughts that are no longer serving you. This is like really shutting down. This is meditation. This is taking a rest. This is taking a rest and really not running over all of the past. This is running over all, you know, and letting it go, letting it not slide. You know, this is actually taking those moments to clear your mind, to have that clear space so that you can work with. All right, so a bit of meditation, air people. Clearing your mind. Surprise, air people have trouble with clearing their mind. My Gemini moon will tell you I'm over it all over the time. And it's on an emotional level. It's fantastic. All right, so what else have we got? What is the, this is the healing element. This is what's going to help. All right. Express yourself. You got to make it. Express yourself. All right. You got to express yourself, not himself, yourself. This is really expressing yourself in a new way. Breathe a new, fresh air. This is like new communications. This is like new business ideas, putting them out there, really talking yourself up in a good way. Like really expressing yourself in a new way. A breath of fresh air, a breath of life is coming your way. New ways of thinking. All right, so, and I'm going to turn this as the outcome card. What do we got as the outcome? All right, the Chariot. So this is really potential energy, and this is really taking on the world. This is the Archer, so you can see the Archer. It really is taking on it and feeling that you've got all of the skills, you've got all of the arrows in your quiver, you've got all of everything you know, you've trained for this moment, you know what you know, and it's taking action in the physical world. This is a world of potential energy for you, air people. Right, so with that in mind, all in mind, we're going to go to the individual star signs. So, what have we got first? Who do I go first? Gemini. Do we go Gemini? Aries, Taurus, Gemini. Gemini's first, all right? Gemini, Libra, and then Aquarius. All right, so for each individual, I hope that's resonating with you. So there really is, that this hope is on the way. There's a blessing. There's been a storm that you've been going through. There's a fault line. There's a break away from all of this. All right, so Gemini people. What have you got? Oh, okay. So there's injustice. There were things that you don't know. There are things that are hidden from you. There are things that perhaps you didn't know about, and you had to make contracts and you had to make decisions, making on those decisions. But there has been a certain injustice. The bow has broken and the scales have been tipped, whichever way that is. The conversations have gone. But there is an injustice. The scales have been tipped. All right, so what else have we got for Gemini? All right, so this is endurance. Endurance. 5 of stones. As you can see, this is really like the whole of last year. This is like sitting in and weathering the storm. Sometimes there's a really safe place when you just retreat into it. The card before this is protection. So it's really protecting yourself. And this but here is where you've created that protection, that you can enjoy this storm. You can endure what's been going on, or this will endure the situation. Whatever's been going on, there may be an endurance of that situation for you. All right, and one more card for Gemini. What else have we got for Gemini for this week? Okay, this is really interesting getting back. Had 2 weeks off, had a break. Yeah, so it's going to come back a different way, I guess. Same sort of stuff, mixing it over. Now, I was really happy with what I got up to. Come on, Gemini. There's a reunion. So this is a reunion with childhood things. This is a reunion with perhaps your childhood, with your friends and your family. This could be a reunion between the lovers. But whatever's going on here, there's an injustice. It may be that you are looking at things from a different perspective now that you're sitting still, that you're able to reunite with your childhood and really connect with that. But this could be reunite, it's of emotions, and quite often this is looking back at the past, but also if you're in the right spot, reconnecting with your childhood eyes, and your childlike eyes. All right, so maybe looking at this through a different connection, maybe, but there may be also a reunion, family maybe around. All right, Gemini, thank you very much for being here. So the next is Libra. Libra, what have I got for my Librans? So many Librans out there, balancing those scales. What have we got for you? So I'm going to keep these weekly short and sweet from here on. I think I'm just going to do the Greenwood for a little while because it's what reading that I connect with. It's where I came from. All right, spark of life. All right, bang, kapow, new. So with this new energy that we've got of the breath of life in here, you're going to have a new way to communicate yourself. But this is also a new spiritual path. This is a new, like a passion. And you're really going to take it on with the archer and then taking on this challenge with this archer. And this is big. All right, big energies. This is the big kapow energy. All right, what else have we got for Libra? Oh, thank you for being here with me. This has been a journey of me growing this year and will continue to be. All right, judgment. Oh, so judgment's interesting. Judgment is what we think other people are thinking of us or what we think of ourselves. Now, remembering we've been telling to rest our mind. So there may be a judgment that you have been in, some sort of legal battle that you've been going through. Can be this. Sometimes it's really important to understand that we need to look at the path and not at the bear. And look at where you're going and really keep focus on that with that power energy that we're going in with it just there. All right, so one more for Libra. What else have we got? Big energies, big movement, getting what you want, what you've put in. All right, Gemini, Libra, Oopa, and the lovers. All right, so obviously this can be you and the lover. There might be judgment. There might be, this is more, you might be involving yourself in something with your lovers. So, but this is really also, you being the lover and your strength of you, your heart and the connection and you being connected with your yin yang or your masculine feminine, and really balancing those out. And that's when this love. So you can see love is a third energy inside. This is a Gemini energy. The twins obviously turn up just here. But, with this nice kapow energy in here. And you might be worried about what other people, there might be this real big, this might be worried about what other people think, and this is passionate new beginning. So I would step forward, big, express yourself. You need to express yourself, and that's really what that is. Take time to think about it and condense your thoughts and really express yourself, Libra. Okay, thank you for being here. Happy New Year. All right, so last but not least, I have Aquarius. So, oh, that just jumped out and so did that. Okay. So, a new foundation, Aquarius. This is really about setting your stone up, your foundation stones for your new life. So, we have this new beginning, and you've got this new beginning. So, we're going to talk about it and heal yourself, and there's going to be a breath of fresh air inside of this. but there's a new foundation, and this is really setting yourself up because you've moved on. The world has changed. The threads are weaving in a new way. Right? This is the Wheel of Fortune. You know, sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down, but the wheel keeps on turning through the seasons. And so this really is talking about the world moving on and the wheel moving on. You know, and what you hold on to and what you let go, and what you choose to make your cloak of many colours you can see inside of there, and what you choose to weave into it. All right, one more for Aquarius. What have we got for Aquarius? The end of, oh, and there it is. All right, there is still a struggle. Now, this being an 8, be very careful not to bring this into reality. This is a lot of arrows, it's just a lot of dedication. The next step after this is dedication, really being dedicated to that task and really honing in on that with this in here. So we have this double up, and instead of being rested, you know, there's still a bit of a struggle. There's still a bit of a way to go. This may be business brainstorming. This may be that you need to, you know, write letters, make points on things. But you know the world is changing, and you've made a good foundation. And it really is taking the potential of that archer and really taking on that challenge. And you know you need to. But rest your mind, condense those thoughts down. Condense those thoughts down, Aquarius. Like, rest your mind and condense it to have really pointed, this is very pointed communication. You might be still struggling, but the world is changing and you're creating a new foundation. If ever there's a time to struggle and go through the bits and pieces that you need to, write lists of what you need to do and where your aims are at. I hope that really helps, Aquarius, and thank you for being here. I will catch you on the flip side, my air peeps.